Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. I know it has been quite some time since I posted here. Earlier last month, me and my children we fell sick. It was a terrible bout of viral, and I completely lost the motivation and inspiration to film anything. I did have quite a lot of ideas, but then really did not have the headspace to, film, edit, and post and all that. So, yeah, but the good thing is we did a lot of reading. I did a lot of reading. And in this video, I'm going to talk about everything I read in July and my reading plans for August. So let's get started. So the first book I read in July was Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I know this book was there on Instagram, like all over Instagram when it was first released. I think when was this book released? In 2018, but I haven't read this book at that time. So accidentally, I just picked it up. I like reading memoirs a lot. I feel that we get to know about the author's life at that point, and about we can also learn more about their lived experiences. So I really like reading such books. Now, this book in particular is a pleasant surprise, I would say. Like I think first 60 pages, 55 to 60 pages, I really could not relate with anything that the author is talking about. I mean, I cannot fathom a 14-year-old consuming alcohol and dating and all that. Yeah, maybe I come from a small town, so my brought up and my childhood is completely different from that of the author, and that is the reason why I really like reading memoirs a lot. So the first 55 to 60 pages went completely off my head. Like, I was waiting for a point where the author would realize about her alcohol consumption, and will there even be an aha moment, a realization when the author would stop and things like that. So I really couldn't. But after that, many incidents, I mean, many things that the author mentioned, I could also relate to some of them. So yeah, overall, this has been a very binge-worthy read, I would say. Like, initially, it was a very slow read, but after that, I really couldn't put this book down. Especially when she talks about MSN Messenger, how she used to be in touch with some of her friends. I think she aptly describes my time. I really liked that part. And as the story progresses, she talks about her female friendships and how she learned about life and love through female friendships. I completely agree, and I am really looking forward to read the other titles. This is the first time that I'm reading a book written by Dolly Alderton, but I will definitely in the coming months read the other titles as well. So yes, overall this has been a really great read, and especially when both of them fall sick, all that I do is, just sit beside them with a book and monitor temperature 6 hourly. So this has really kept me awake, and yes, I really love this book, and I'm looking forward to read the other titles by the author. The next book I read is again a similar story. This is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. I totally love this book. It is hilarious right from page one. I just couldn't put this book down. I have annotated, maybe in the coming videos, I'll talk about my annotation process. So you can see I have taken notes. Even in this book, I don't think I've taken notes, but I have annotated it a lot. There was so many hilarious aspects. And the way the author talks about grief, processing grief, moving on in life in such a humorous and a lighter note, exceptional writing. The way Eleanor's character goes through the transformation, the difficulties she faces as a child, everything about the story, I really loved every bit of it. And yes, as I said, I want to read the other titles also by this author. I'm not sure if she's released other books, but definitely if there are other titles, I will definitely read that. Certain particularly I liked about her relationship with her mother, like although she had a rough childhood, she continued to maintain the relationship with her mother in a way that makes sense to her. And that is something that all of us millennials struggle with. So I really like the way the author talks about that aspect. And the character also, despite such a rough childhood, going through so much trauma, she grows to be a wonderful woman, a very self made, independent person who also takes complete ownership and responsibility of her mental health, and she works on herself to become a better person, all the while trying to experience life through many events. I loved every aspect of this book. The third book is a middle school book. It is My Family and Other Animals by Gerald Durrell. Now, my younger one came up with this plan. He suggested that I read some of the books that they are reading, so that we can have more topics to discuss. I really like that idea. I think it is absolutely cute, especially coming from him. So, this is a book that they are reading in school. This is the story of a 10-year-old boy, the author Gerald, who loves natural history, zoology, ornithology, and um, everything related to biology. So he talks about his family. They moved to an island called Corfu, and they start their life afresh over there. They move from England to Corfu, and this island is has a lot of greenery. It's filled with a lot of forest. There is a beautiful lake there. There's so many types of animals over there. So the author talks about how he was tutored as a child. His I really liked the way the author has written about his relationship with his siblings, the fights with his brothers, the fights with his sister, how his mother tries to adopt pets, support each child, and but still try to bring an order to this family. The way the author has written about each of his sibling, like they have their own personality, they have their own hobbies, yet all of them are living under this under one roof. It's like absolute chaos every day, and certain things that his brothers say and all, they're really hilarious. They're really hilarious. If you enjoy natural history or like reading a lot about biology, then this is a very good book, because um, some certain parts of the book I felt like they were dragged, but again, this is written for a 10-year-old, so it's a different kind of read altogether. But So some of them, some parts of the story were described um, way too much. I think, for pages and paragraphs and paragraphs together, the author talks about just one piece of land or a particular lake or things like that. So yeah, it's a very slow read. Again, I would say if you enjoy this kind of slow reads, then this is definitely a very good book. It's a middle school book, so overall I really enjoyed. So that's all. I have three books. As I said, I'm a very slow reader. Reading for me is not a performative act. It's not just for the sake of consumption. Like, say for example, the author talks about a song or a movie. I go back and research on about that and try to understand why is the author talking about this particular movie, or what is the what is the reference. Like in this book, there is this chapter where the author talks about, so they have a dog, and after the dog gave birth to a puppy, the dog gets even more attached to his mother. The dog doesn't let the author's mother move from her place. Wherever she goes, the dog also follows, and as the dog kind of carries the puppy with her mouth and keeps going. So these kind of things are like, I really like to experience all the emotions that the author is talking about. So I'm a very slow reader. Maybe in one of the videos I will talk about my annotation process and how I take notes also. So for August, I have three books. Considering Shravan Masam and my work and everything, I don't think I will be able to finish three books. But let's see, we will catch up again in September to see, to talk about the progress I made in August. So the first book that I'm planning to read, and I'm really excited, is this Tender is the Night by F. Scott Fitzgerald. This is the book. I got this from Crossword. There was a half price sale, and I really like reading classics. And I think this is going to be a good read. I have absolutely no idea. I did not even read the blurb anywhere online. So I'm sure this is going to surprise me. I always enjoy reading classics. Now, I do have certain boundaries when it comes to reading. I don't read horror. I don't read murder or anything that has uh, way too gory or graphic elements in the story. But I really wanted to challenge myself. I haven't read murder or horror or anything like that at all. So really wanted to get over that fear and all. So I picked up this book in the Amazon freedom sale. This is The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. Now I really like the uh, blurb, and I also read a lot of reviews. Most of the reviews say that the story is more about the mystery than the murder. So I'm hoping this is going to be a very exciting and engaging read. Yeah, let's see. I hope this book doesn't disappoint me. It's quite a big book, but I'm really excited and really looking forward to read this book. The next book, again, this I picked up in the Crossword half price sale. It's The Forest of Ghosts and Bones by Lisa. Pardon me if I butcher her last name. I really don't know how to pronounce this. Lisa Lueddecke. That's the closest I can get. I'm really sorry. So this as the story is about dark power surges, three strangers who were bound together on a journey of discovery. Seems like a YA fantasy book. Again, been a very long time since I read a YA book. I don't really enjoy reading much of YA. Middle school, yes, absolutely. Classics, yes. Adult books, yes. But YA is something that I really cannot read. But then, um, to be honest, this is one book I have judged by its cover. I really liked how pretty this print is. Purely for the sake of aesthetics, I bought this book. So yes, that's all. So these are the three books that I'm planning to read in August. I will start with this book first because I'm really excited to read this fantasy story. My son read this half of this, I think, and he said he really liked the way the story is progressing. But I told him not to give any spoilers. So yes, this is what I will be starting with. That's all for this video. I have a few videos planned, and hopefully I will edit them and post. So if you have watched till this point, thank you so much for all your love and support. Please do consider subscribing to my channel to follow my journey. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you next.